with bike riding, you have to lift the front wheel in order to tuck the back. And I didn't lift the front wheel in time, and it just dropped.
Oh,
I fell face first into a loading dock. I hit the corner of a loading dock right here.
Oh my God.
So my teeth are fake.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is a podcast first.
Yeah.
It's doing the autofocus thing.
Yeah, here we go.
There we go.
Podcasting's fun, though.
It is. It's a lot of work, but it is fun.
How often are you recording yours?
Every week.
You do it every week?
Yeah. I got kind of like with mine, it's like a full studio. So I have my room. But the way it happened is these dudes hit me up. Just long story short, these dudes hit me up and they're like, hey, we want you to do some field reporting at Xgames for us behind the scenes, which I used to do a bunch of Xgames forever. So I was like, cool. And then I said, oh, you guys got a podcast? What is it? And they go, we do like live events, like football, baseball. They're like, they hire people. Hey, so they talk about the games and like that. I go, why don't we, I have a podcast at Zoom. Why don't we see if we could do it in the studio? And it kind of took off. So then it became like, oh, I'm on their channel. So we became partners. So I don't pay for any of the studio or anything. It's 50-50.
Fuck
oh,
yeah.
man, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know. I get it. So I see your setup. I feel your pain because I didn't like this too.
Yeah,
on my own. And then I was like, because back in the day, I did a podcast. If I don't mention this or not in the show, but I did a podcast for ESPN. So after I did so much work for television for ESPN for other years, I also did radio for 10 years. So I did ABC radio, which was played on K-Rock. And then that turned into a podcasting before podcasting was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I would walk around with an MP3 player at events and then just send him the disc. And then it became, that was like pre what this is now. So I feel what you're doing and I've done it all.
Yeah.
So I feel very, very spoiled. But at the same time,
You just show up and just hit
No,
record,
no.
basically.
You worked for it, dude.
no. I do all the promos. I do all the edits. I do all the, not
So you're
edit,
producing
not
also.
edits, but like, hey, here's the timestamps. Send me these.
Yeah.
They do the promos. But this. We'll talk about this, and then I'll say, okay, make this.
So
go
the
to
screening.
and I get all the guests. They don't know anybody, so it's all me hustling. Like, hey, come, So yeah, it's joint. We both work pretty hard on it, but
Damn.
Yeah, we've been talking about
How
wanting a
inspirational.
producer since the beginning. For,
Yeah.
just to kind of lighten the load a little bit.
well, the way that I hear you, dude. Do you do a lot of edits?
Yeah, we do all the editing ourselves.
But
we
I
go
came
back
up with.
and forth.
Okay, that takes a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
Days.
So for me, you know what I did with mine? I got to the point where I just roll for an hour. And he'll time me like when I got 5 minutes, 10 minutes to say, we're going to go over, because Jeff would be over there and we'll be switching cameras, two camera angles, and I don't stop the tape. So I'm able to like just have a discussion and never stop the tape. So we don't edit anything in the episode.
So you just put it out raw like
And there's
that.
no dead space. Like, no, I'm like, taught me how to listen, which I never did before. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have a hard time. I don't have ADD. I just like, I don't know. I guess I'm a attention freak or something, but I like to talk. And even yesterday, Joe Escalante's like, I thought you were going to run out of questions. I was like, no. And I learned how to like someone to say something, keep it over here. Act like you're listening. And keep it over here. Keep it off of you. Oh, throw that back. And I learned how to do that, which I never did before.
So you learned how to host.
Yeah, because when I hosted for ESPN, it was all edits. So the edits can make you look rad. Hey, what's up? We're here. Blah, did it. And show motocross saying, we're back over here. And then, oh, wow, this guy's killing it at hosting, which I never really thought I was really that good at it.
Yeah.
Actually sitting down and talking.
I think what it takes the most time of our editing is the camera switching, because we don't have a switcher as we're going. Like all these are running, we'll sync them and then manually cut back and forth as we edit.
To whoever's talking.
Can you get one of those things that could go?
You can. So
But then you need someone over there to be like.
we need somebody to do it, or we spent $800 on this one.
A switcher.
It's an auto switcher that syncs to the cameras or syncs to the mics. But the thing about that was it only had 2 XLR inputs. So it's cool and it's us. Now we can get another device to add to it. These people don't care how the sausage is made. But anyways.
No, they don't. They don't.
Yeah, but anyways, it was a whole other interface like that you add to it. And we were like, okay, we needed other shit first. So we're like, let's triage what we actually need for the pod and we'll come back to this.
Yeah, your setup's cool though. It's definitely awesome, and your whole location's dope. All this vibe is good. Yeah, it's a good vibe. That's all of it. Yeah, I'm just being
so
honest.
we're living on his vibes right now.
I'm being real with you. I get it. It's a lot. It's a lot of
and to have to like break down and then set it all back up.
I know.
Every week. Like
I know.
So Sheriff clip because it's a lot of work.
Oh no, for me, I'm a hardcore promoter. Anything that you post, put me on as collaborator. 100%.
Dream guest.
100%, because this helps me, because I also have a responsibility to my sponsors. And so I need to get PR too, outside of like my own PR.
Your own channels.
Yeah.
So
that
you're
makes
just
sense.
on the grind.
I do a
always.
sing-along series.
I know, yeah. I was
And
talking to my drummer today. I was like, "Oh, we got Rick Thorne," and he's like, "He's doing those sing-along series, right?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty awesome."
Well, dude, I started doing that because I wanted to learn how to sing better. Because I thought, like, okay, if this dude plays drums or someone plays guitars, and other people are always like, "Hey, I learned the Sabbath song." I'm like, no one does that with vocals.
Yeah.
So I'm always out riding. So I did We Are 138. We Are 138. I go, I don't know what this is going to sound like, but f- it. And everyone was like, this is pretty cool. I'm like, so I did another one. And I did another one. The next thing I know, they're getting millions of views. And I went from 40,000 followers to like 120,000, 118,000.
Insane, dude.
The page I created for the sing-alongs got about 33,000. So I'm like, well, there's another avenue to promote.
Yeah.
Crazy. So now I've done almost 525 of these videos.
Whoa.
And
I don't even
it's-
know if I know that many songs.
And they're just it's challenging me in your range. Your
Yeah.
breathing, your writing structure.
Because you do it while you're writing.
Yeah, I just hold the GoPro. That's
Yeah.
all I'm doing.
Oh, cardio goes crazy on this fool.
And so then what you do is you sync up the raw. There's no edits to my vocals, so you just sync up the raw with the actual song.
Yeah.
And it blends together pretty well, because I find songs that are in my range. I don't try to sing something out of range. I do, and I'm like, I ain't posting that shit. You know what I mean?
So there has been ones that ended up on the cutting room
Or
floor.
I'll be like, I'll sing it in my tone, and it still sounds good, but it's not that tone.
Yeah, no Mariah today.
Some of them. And so it taught me how to be a better singer, and that's how I started the Stay Rad band.
Dude,
It's Stay
I
Rad's-
didn't even think about that. The cardio with having to sing,
Heck
because when you're
yeah.
performing live, like you're running around, you're doing all the things, and
Yeah.
a lot of people lack in that aspect when they
Well,
get
you
to
learn
stage.
but you
after
also
a
learn
recording.
song structure. Yeah, you do. Sorry, you learn song structure, how people write.
Yeah,
Like, Rancid writes just like the Clash.
Yeah.
They really do. A lot of metaphors, a lot of words, a lot of characters. And then the Ramones are like, whoa, yeah, simple but like, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
You know, you learn. And so I just wrote this song. Listen to this. My point is, I'm super proud of that. My point is when I started, I would not try to sing and I would scream. And I'm like, and I just had to be honest with yourself. After 14 years, no one's getting into the Good Guys in Black. And I'm not going to try to fight it. I learned how to sing. I need to start something different and start over.
and it's not too late to learn how to do something ever.
No, and that's why I started doing the singing. Like, people be like, you karaoke. No, I'm trying to, I'm teaching myself something.
Yeah.
And so I figured out my own way to do it.
Dude, that's fun.
That's cool. Are you the kind like you like can't sit still? Like you're always doing something. You're always
Like you need
Kind
to
of.
have a project. You mean?
yeah, or like you just get up and you're like whatever I feel like doing today, I'm gonna do. Like you
Kind
seem
of.
so like motivated and
Yeah, I mean,
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
yeah.
I guess
feel
so,
so much
yeah.
older than you.
No.
Well, no, are we doing the podcast right now?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
already
yeah.
rolling everything.
Oh, my bad.
no,
No,
we're good.
no.
This
is great.
This is
Oh, you
awesome.
go back
Yeah.
into the intro? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I look at it like I raised kids for years on my own, like 14 years, and my daughter just moved out all the way East Coast. And then my son went to move with his mom to Utah, and now he's moving back. Next Saturday, I go meet him in Utah to drive back because he's like, he wants to move back to California. He's only out there 7 months.
Yeah.
My point is I stayed single. I had no family in California, and I had to stop doing a lot of things that I love to do to raise them. And I manned up, and no one got left behind. So I have a lot of also pent up aggression, not aggression, but motivation. I've always been hyper, but musically, like I could never take like music where I wanted because I had kids to raise. Hey, bye, I'm going on tour again for 3 months, like I
yeah.
did when I was single riding bikes. It was not going to happen. And I had to realize that. Still write music along the way, but I figured out what I want now. You know, like musically, you get excited. Like,
You have the fire
people,
to do it.
I want people to sing my song.
Yeah.
I want to write sing-alongs. I want you to sing. I want you to rock out. I want you to have. I want you to feel good. And Good Guys in Black was always from a position when I started of anger, because I was mad at the industry and the industry was treating me a certain way, and I was pissed off. And so it always had that pissed off like demeanor to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I'm not that dude.
It's kind of hard to separate that from punk rock sometimes for
Yeah.
a lot of bands, you know, and it
Yeah.
works for a lot of bands, but sometimes you feel like you're preaching the wrong message in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard to do.
Well,
that.
it's like it's good to get mad when it like to propel you, but to stay, you don't want to get bitter.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And I felt like on stage, like I'm serious, you know, and I have my moments where, you know, I'm taking any shit, but I'm not like walking around like chip on my shoulder. But like I'm also like a lot of fun. So I wanted things to be light. I don't know. I just grew. But that's what that sing along series did.
That's fucking awesome. It's
That's
very
cool.
anthem.
Yeah, that song is. Yeah, all of them are very like sing alongs. Yeah, simple riffs. Nothing. Not trying to reinvent the wheel with noodling out.
Yeah.
You know, maybe have a fill here or there, but it's really, honestly, it's really focused around the vocals. It's really focused around my message.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it truly is. And me and Johnny, my producer and musician, you know, we write everything together. So that's kind of like what it's geared towards. You know, and at my age, dude, look, I would have loved the classic story of we all grew up in the garage together and now we're touring the world. Half of those bands that do that shit break up anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then they split. I'm doing my version. You, I'm doing my version. They sue each other and then they do a reunion show and they all act like they like each other because they get $1 million.
Now you
know
have
what I mean?
Metallica and Megadeth.
Yeah, it's like dude, I go down the list. So for me, it's like it's really geared towards me and Johnny. We write the music and everything, and then I have people that, you know, that I could hired. I guess you could say hired guns, but they're also homies that I've been jamming with. So yeah, so Stay Rad is the band.
So
you know?
like you're with people you genuinely enjoy their company.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have probably both toured with people that you're like, oh, this band hates each other behind closed doors.
I've seen it a lot.
Yeah,
That must be so disappointing, especially if it's a band that you really look up to.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, you know, and especially if you're living together for years at a time in a vehicle backstage, you know, it happens. And, you know, but then you run into bands where it doesn't happen. It's like, whoa, I didn't know that could happen.
I know, right? You're like, wait a second. But you have to admit this, though. In a band, there's a ringleader. There's one or two ringleaders. If you get too many ringleaders and there's too many chefs in the kitchen, it does not work. Too many egos get in the way, too much stuff. It almost has to be like, not like, I hate to say it like this, but know your role or know your position, but kind of.
There's roles,
Yeah, you know.
And it's a formula at the end of the day, and you know, there's a reason why that formula has lasted since the beginning of time.
I toured with dudes in BMX too and skate that like are the same way. Like I can't stand this guy, but we have to do this show. So the show we're like, hey, yeah, say no to drugs, woo, doing our thing, right? Doing our thing, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, after the show, I was like, I don't even fucking talk to this guy. I don't want to hang out with them. I'm not. And you'd find yourself sometimes when you're touring BMX of like pockets of these two dudes would hang out together, these few dudes would hang out together. It's depending on the size of the tour. But like no one, you know, we're all cheery ho all the time together. It's in everything. It's not just music. It's not just music.
Yeah.
It's definitely sports. It's definitely entertainment.
It's in tattoo conventions.
Yeah,
Same
tattoo
thing.
conventions.
Same thing?
Tattoo shops. I've
Tattoo
seen-
shops,
Oh, really?
that
Really?
are divided, Oh, yeah. The longer you're in a shop, you start finding out how everyone actually feels about each other, and sometimes it's like, oh man, I thought everyone was a happy family. But,
Yeah, it's weird how it could change the energy just from your perspective, just to know.
yeah, because sometimes you're like, man, I didn't want to know that.
Yeah, and it's like,
just
dude,
let me-
everything has been great, and then like the next day you know something, and you're like, man, the energy's.
Have you ever
kinda
guys ever
thick
been
in
stuck
here.
between two shops that didn't like each other? Because I'm a pretty likable person. I try to get along with everybody. And they'll be like, this dude don't like this dude, but I kind of like both of you guys.
Kind of, yeah. I
You know?
actually started at a shop that didn't like this one shop, and I ended up at that other shop, and I heard that side of the story, and I started to
Yeah.
weigh things in, from my own personal opinion, and I was like, okay, I made the right move.
Yeah.
Let's hit this intro real quick.
Sorry
and
about
then-
all that. I didn't
No,
know.
I love it.
That's usually how we
'Cause
run it. We'll talk
this is,
first.
Yeah, and this is actually something that we wanted to get into with you
Yeah.
about the not liking, people not liking you and dealing with it. Okay.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So today's bud is a true OG. He's an Xgames competitor who's been holding it down since the very first Extreme Games in 1995. He helped push BMX freestyle to the mainstream before people even knew what it was. He's a man of many hats, TV host, stand-up comic, author, motivational speaker, punk frontman of Stay Rad, and the host of The Rick Thorne Show. You may know him as the Biker in Black. So please welcome the one and only Rick Thorne.
That you know what? That is the best intro I've ever heard.
Really?
Thanks. Oh my God, I was so nervous.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Sweating.
Except the only gripe, and it's nothing personal, but there's usually an E at the end of my name.
God damn it!
When people go THR, no, N, motherfucker, N.
He said usually.
E-N-E.
There's usually
It's not that big, but it's just wrong.
so I know. I don't think I could read it again. I'm like, were you able to hear it?
No, but you did good. You did good. The Extreme Games, that's what they called it the first year.
Yeah.
They go, and we were all like, Extreme Games, what is this shit? But not me. I was like, cool. I'm sick of busting tables at the fucking Olive Garden. I did that shit for 7 years.
You were at Olive Garden?
Yeah, I rode my bike to work. I lived in my mom's basement, or my mom's house, and I rode my bike to work and like clean tables. And then second I'm done cleaning, I'd ride my bike to meet all the homies. I didn't even have a fucking car. Like, so I didn't have a car. I didn't have a really decent car. I was about 22 or 3. And yeah, I worked in a restaurant forever. And I was like, when that shit came around, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm ready to go next level. Everyone's like, this shit sucked. Bye. I don't give a fuck what you think.
What was that first year like?
I need to make a name. I love riding bikes. I got to figure out a way to make money doing this shit because I ain't getting younger. That's how I didn't do it for the money. I mean, come on. You do it because you love it, but you want to keep doing something. You got to figure out.
And to be able to, you need to make some money.
Oh no, I got to stay here and clean tables when we ride my bike. Fuck this place. I'm over it. And I know the song. They might have changed it, but this is how it used to be. It used to go. From the pasta we make to lasagna we bake, boom, 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 we're wishing you a happy birthday. We hope you will remember you're a fucking piece of shit. We're wishing you a happy birthday. Because it's not your fucking birthday. We know you're scamming this cake. Because you used to give away a free cake.
Hell yeah.
Times have changed.
They give away a cake this big and this tall.
What do they do now?
Mints.
Yeah, it's Andy's mints.
Roll their eyes.
They're like, it's like we're family, so we're not doing shit for you.
Yeah, dude, it was the worst. But yeah, that's how much I knew that fucking song. So yeah, when that came around, Extreme Games, everyone was like, Extreme Games, what is this shit? And then I'll tell you funny. Can I tell you another story?
Absolutely.
Yeah, please tell them all.
So the first Extreme Games, X Games, I just got married first time, and so that was our honeymoon. But like, dude,
babe,
dude,
what do you think, babe?
I wasn't passing this shit up. She had to roll. And we still go over well. It's probably
You're like, hop on my pegs, babe.
We're going to Bristol, Connecticut. Let's go.
With the string with cans?
Yeah. We're going to... we did that.
Did you really?
We did that.
How cute.
Yeah, because ESPN is crazy. Because right at that first year of 95, ESPN did a segment on me being there married. And one of them was we had cans we put on my pegs, and she was standing on my pegs, and my buddies were throwing rice and shit as a joke. Well, not a joke, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
That's
fuck.
precious.
Yeah, and so, but it was pretty wild.
It sounds like you did all the right things at the right time, and it just worked out.
Some life's like that. Sometimes it's been great, and sometimes you're like, damn, why did I miss the boat on that one? You know what I mean? You ever do that? and so, but we had competed, and they didn't give us money. Like everybody money. They gave like the top 3 or whatever. But everyone was entitled. They only invited 10 of us. Was these remote control. They gave us like gifts. Like a gift bag and shit like that. And they actually gave me an X Games gift bag that I sold for $300 last year. That I held on to.
Man, dude.
Like, I don't need this shit anymore. I lived it. You're selling your bag. What the fuck? It's a bag.
Yeah.
I lived it. I need the fucking money. And so they gave us these remote control cars from Target.
Cool.
And they were fucking... No, but my ghetto ass, the way I was raised, because my grandmother raised me of like, hey, Ricky, let's go garage sale shopping. If we find anything, we'll return it to the store. So she would send me into Kmart and be like, return these Atari cartridges. I'd be like, oh yeah, I got these Atari cartridges. And they're like, when was your birthday? I'm like, couple weeks ago. Like, couple weeks ago? Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
So you did that with the
And they gave me money. And so I gave my grandma, and then she would go buy cigarettes and go to bingo. That's what it was. That's how I was.
So she can go get a party
I didn't get shit.
Yeah.
I was like a Slurpee or something. She got the fucking... I did all the hard work.
Damn, your grandma sounds like a fucking G.
She was a G, but it helped me. Because then I looked at this remote control car, didn't open it, and go, I'm returning this bitch.
You ain't gonna pay me?
At 95, the day was $80.
When they gave it to you, you're like, do you have the receipt?
No, no, you don't need one. I learned this a long time ago. I got it for my birthday. I don't have it. Blah blah blah. They return it anyways.
Yeah.
Back then, that shit was $80.
Oh,
Back
dude,
then,
that's like thousands of dollars.
so I took that and paid my utility bill. So first Xgames, you paid my fucking water bill. Fuck your remote control car. It's bullshit. Yeah, because you're gonna open it, play it, then throw it away. And to me, I'd be like, I could return that.
Yeah, and how old
My
are you at the
grandma's
time?
voice. Return it, Ricky. Return it, Ricky. Yeah. She was
like
dead,
ashes
she was
on your
dead at the
shoulder.
time, but still, I was like, return it, Ricky. And my grandpa like, I don't know, man. Fuck you, grandpa. Return it, Ricky. Yeah.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna go return some shit.
I know.
Where's the cap?
Bro, you can. Just say like, I got this for my birthday.
Yeah, I know Costco. That's their policy, right? You could return
Costco,
anything.
you could return anything.
Yeah. Don't use their gas though.
Why?
Because, I recently went and got my car looked at because my check engine light was coming on. He's like, oh, your catalytic converter's going out. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then he goes, whatever. And then my car has 300,000 miles on it. And then he's like, you don't use Costco gas, do you? I'm like, why? Because it's bad. And then my son, my son,
I just barely filled up at Costco for the first time the other day because I just got a membership.
Okay, so here's why. My son sent me this thing and it showed me this guy testing this gas at Costco, like right after I went to the mechanic. I'm like, son, he just says it's a mechanic. And then he's like, the guy in the video, it shows there's a lot of water in their gas.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
That's why it's so cheap.
Because he did a
Why
test
is
of
that?
it and he mixed it with something and he shook it and it should be clear, but it was foggy. And then he was, I don't really know all the logistics of like, but it was basically there's water in that shit.
That's disappointing. So that's why you're paying less because you're getting what you pay
Watered
for.
down. It's watered down.
Unless Kirkland wants to be a sponsor.
Yeah, hey, hook it up.
I like things in bulk.
Yeah. Gummy bears.
We didn't need the 10-pound bag.
Yeah. Dude, I used to go to Costco with my kids, bro, and we would spend like, fuck, dude, I hate that place. Walk out there, $700 worth of shit, and then not eat any of it. It would just sit there and be like, Scooby-Doo dog treat or snacks, the Scooby-Doo ones. They didn't fucking eat it.
Those ones are top tier, though. Top tier fruit
Scooby-Doo
snacks.
They get over it. There's so many. We had so much shit, and then they'd be like, and then over time, I'd be like, expiration date, never. All right, cool. We'll keep these around the house.
What can I
still got
return? All right, hit him with your question. You had a good one.
Which one?
The number 2.
Okay.
We'll move
Oh,
around.
yeah. So recently I saw you post a video. You post a lot of great inspirational things, motivational things on your social media.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that sometimes people just aren't going to like you.
Yeah.
And you're like, and that's okay. And, you know.
Oh, that video I posted?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in life, like, and I was also reflecting a lot of times in my own life, because sometimes when people, I don't like to use the word preach because people say, preach, brother. I'm not a preacher at all. I'm just expressing myself. But I think at times when people are like when I was struggling going through a divorce, I was looking for the third time. I was trying to stop this pattern I was making. I needed to reprogram. So I was outwardly saying what I wanted that I didn't have yet.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of those was stay rad. One of those was things where I would be outwardly just trying to project, but not come across like you need to do this when really I'm telling myself that. And I think a lot of people do that when they post things, when they tell people what they need to do. I'm not telling anybody what they need to do.
Right.
I'm just giving you advice to something that's helped me.
Yeah.
Might help you, might not. I don't know. But I was doing that and I realized that. And so what I get by that post is that I made as a kid, I also moved around a lot and I wanted people to like me because, times I'd go to 2 or 3 different schools as a kid.
Yeah.
And it was hard because I didn't have a dad. First off, I'm not here to cry about my fucking past. I'm sick of hearing all this shit. I deal with it. I handle it. I like who I am. I like the way I turned out. But I didn't have a dad. My mom worked at night. And we went to different schools, so it was hard to kind of like fit in. And it took me a long time for me to like really say, fuck that. Be fearless on who you want. Create. That didn't happen until I was like 27. So a lot of my youth was a lot of that trying to like be accepted.
Yeah.
And I understand that, because you want to be, because I didn't have that.
Yeah. And it's got to be hard to look in. It is for me.
Yeah.
Like on anything.
Yeah. And a lot of things I post too, I'm reminding myself. By any means, I'm far from perfect. And I definitely have my bad days. And I have like things about myself I want to improve like anyone else. But if anything I can learn that I've done to help myself, I'll share it.
That's great.
Because I completely reprogrammed my thought process. I did. This is a trip. I fucking, this worked.
And this was just on your own accord and like your own way of doing it, or did you do like a therapy
total DIY?
session?
No, I was going through a third divorce. I was like, fuck, why am I same position again? It's not them. It's not them, dude.
Ooh.
It's not them. It's me. Like, why do I think I need this shit?
Yeah.
Why do what? Oh, okay. So I figured this out. I was afraid to be alone. Abandonment issues. I was a people pleaser. because I didn't want to go anywhere. And I had guilt. I don't have any fucking guilt in my body at all for any fucking thing. No, unless I do something wrong, I don't have guilt for nothing. I don't have guilt for owning something. I don't have guilt for something somebody else did. Fuck all that. I don't have any of it. And I don't people please anyone, because people please is a sign of weakness, especially to a woman, or your partner, whoever. If you can't even please your fucking take care of yourself, how can you take care of me?
Yeah.
You got to come first. And I never did that. And because I was afraid of being alone, because daddy left and I had daddy issues that I worked through. And then I would be like, oh, people, please don't leave. I feel so bad because I have this house. Please move in. I know you're all fucked up. I could change you. That was the old me. And that's why I ended up in the fucking position I did. So then I was like, okay, how can I change this shit? Because I got kids to take care of now. No more Mickey Mouse bullshit games. No more little fucking crap. I need to fucking man up. And so I found this guy that wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. His name's Napoleon Hill. He is the inventor of PMA.
Oh, okay.
People think Bad Brains. Bad
I
Brains.
thought it was Bad Brains.
No, Bad Brains. Got
Tell
that
me
PMA.
HR didn't.
Got that PMA. But no, dig a little deeper. There's a guy named Napoleon Hill, and he did a lot of lectures on his philosophy of thinking, and it was positive mental attitude. He even says that in his lectures, and this is like in the 30s or 40s or some shit. And by the way, you can get 10 hours of his lectures for like $3 on iTunes.
Oh, sick.
Or that's what I might have gone up a little bit, but it's so badass because he taught me like to understand that the subconscious mind never goes to sleep. It never goes to bed. It's always awake. And it only reveals to you what you think and say. You don't even have to say it. Mm-hmm. So that's where the power of speech comes in, and your perception and what your thoughts. So like we could look at that and be like, that's great. And you could look at it and be like, that's shit. It's your perception.
Yeah.
Who's right and who's wrong, right? So I look at it, so I had to change my perception on like the way I looked at women and relationships, but mostly how I looked at myself.
What did that look like? Like having to change it? Like, did you just
It was
like
weird.
Like you encounter something, some experience, and you just like sit back and like just kind of reflect on it, or
was it like you innately have those shitty thoughts or the thoughts that don't serve you, and then you take a step back, rethink, like, no, this is how I want to.
I think, I don't know. It was kind of more just like being honest. I already knew. I just needed to be honest with myself.
see, that's the.
And I
it's
tell
so
people all the
crazy, like,
time,
the
be
mind.
honest with yourself. We were talking about music earlier. I got to be honest with myself. I love what I did with Good Guys in Black.
Yeah.
But let's just be fucking honest with ourselves. It ain't going to happen. That band is great. What I did in that band is great. I love all those songs. Vocally, where I'm at now, no, it's not. You need to say no, this. And you need to do it quickly.
I feel like, I mean, not to get spiritual, but I feel like your soul knows when you decide.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sober now for,
Awesome.
I don't know, 7, almost 8 years. And, you know, there were some failed attempts, but every time that I thought I was going to, it was just like, I didn't say it like I believed it. You know,
Yeah.
it was just kind of like, oh, yeah, I'm done. But the moment that I decided, like, that was it, like, I didn't go through any hard times not doing it, you know, like...
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I'll call you back. I'm in the middle of a podcast. Okay, bye. Sorry about that, dude.
No problem.
Here's the deal. I can't turn my fucking phone off.
Okay.
No.
No, it's my daughter's old phone. I didn't even think it would work, but I put it in the right shit and it worked. But I don't know how to turn it. I turned the volume down and it's still on. Oh shit! But
So literally, you like physically, you can't.
I'm not too cheap to go get a phone. I just don't like going and waiting in line at the fucking.
Oh, and then they always try to upsell you
fucking
on shit.
shit. I just run into this thing croaks. But I know what you mean. You hit a rock bottom. In a
You
sense.
knew, like you decided, and like you believed yourself when you said it. Like, okay, so any like time I went out, like it was fine to not drink. It wasn't like I was like dying or, you know, there wasn't really much.
Did anything happen
of a
in your
struggle.
life? Did anything bad or hit rock bottom, a DUI, any of that kind of shit happen?
Not like that.
Because usually that's
just
what kind of happens.
Unhappiness, you know.
That's
just
the rock
finding-
bottom then.
Yeah.
That's the rock bottom. Yeah.
But yeah, like, so it was like, I felt that that decision was made. Sure, my subconscious did. So there wasn't any like real big obstacles not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I just felt like I was, I had a house in Beverly Hills. I worked my ass off for. I went from busting tables at Olive Garden to owning my own pool off of Benedict Canyon, fucking chilling. Thought this is where I was going to live. I mean, I really worked my ass off to get where I was at. And I had to let it all fucking go. And by all of that, it was just like start over and go to like a 900 square foot apartment in Sherman Oaks with 2 kids, 2 dogs, and a cat.
This was after the divorce.
Yeah, and I had to get rid of whatever couldn't fit in the fucking apartment. I had to get rid of. I gave it away or sold it. I had to start over completely. But I never did drugs. I never drank. I rode bikes. That's what made me always feel good. So what I did is I got a GoPro and I went out and just started riding. But then that wasn't enough because I was like, you get lonely and then you're like, you feel uncomfortable. And when you want to change something about yourself, it's uncomfortable at first because you're facing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're really like making a change. You're out of your comfort zone. You're really okay. And so the way I did it is fucking crazy, but it worked. After following Napoleon Hill, we're just listening to him and all these things. And then I found this chick named Esther Hicks. And she channels this spirit called Abram Hicks. And she wrote the Pursuit of Health, Wealth, and Happiness or something like that. She writes a lot of books. And I found this book called No More Mr. Nice Guy, meaning take care of yourself, all these books. But Napoleon Hill was the root. I would sleep to his lectures because I thought, well, wait a second.
Let your subconscious listen to it?
Yeah. I'm like,
A little hypnosis.
Yeah, I'm not really the best at like reading because I kind of drift. And so I always have been. I fall asleep and shit. But I'm like, fuck it. And so, but I wouldn't put it right by my head. It'd be here loud enough to where I could hear it. I even got into frequencies too.
Me too.
Like what Hertz frequency is for like so many different healings.
Yeah.
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 And I even did those with my kids where they would sleep. They didn't know
That's
it.
cool.
YouTube videos with Hertz playing.
Like 432.
432. They didn't know. They're sleeping and I'm just watching them. They're fucking fine. Whatever. It's like healing frequencies. But yeah, it took a long time though. It wasn't like listen one time and go, I'm healed. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No, it's like you listen, and then you got to do the work. And then there wasn't like AA where I'm taking notes and there's meetings and all this type of stuff. I just kind of like would meet someone or go into a situation and be like, oh, red flag. Never saw that red flag before. Okay. That's why. Don't impulsively react now. You don't need it. That's what the change was.
Wow.
It was DIY, but it took time. I'm talking like a couple years, at least repetitively. I don't listen to it all the time anymore. I don't need to. Because now
you live it.
But I literally did reprogram my brain. If fucking you can.
Dude, that's crazy that you could do that just on your own, and it was just kind of like your own will and without any education behind it or like therapy. Like that's huge.
Yeah, I just went for it, bro. Yeah. And because I did some therapy stuff before, but not a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I say before like a couple of times. Just talk to my buddy and like, oh, I'm getting divorced. Just fucking crying about shit.
Yeah.
I ain't doing anything. She's gone, dude.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, and me and her are cool, by the way. My ex-wife I have kids with. We're super cool. We're friends. We're cool.
That's good.
But my point that I was saying earlier about reinventing yourself, you have to do it quickly. And that's what Napoleon Hill said. You may be, Napoleon Hill isn't my God by any means. And I don't live by all of his words. This is advice that I took. Is one thing that he said that I thought was really cool is that you're on your path. Things aren't going to happen the way you had wrote them out to be, right? And this is what he was saying, is that you, under direct inspiration, be able to adjust quickly, basically, to stay on your path. Like under direct inspiration quickly. Meaning that I'm going this way, but I can't go that way. If I keep going that way, but I'm trying to get over here, don't hang out over here thinking it's going to change. Under direct inspiration, quickly divert to get back on your path.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed to do in my life.
You posted something about that recently, right? About like
Probably.
if it's not serving you, like what are you doing? You need to change your path and go for it.
I get
and,
my rants when I'm driving. I'm like, fuck it, Instagram's my only friend. Listen, everybody.
What did I just say?
I have a voice.
No, I'm sure it's very helpful. I mean, because not to knock, I know we were saying about you doing it without therapy and not to knock therapy at all, but so many people do it do the therapies and whatever, but then there's none of the follow-up or the work behind it. And they end up just living the exact same life that they always lived. And they're like, why hasn't anything changed? And
Yeah,
it's like
a vicious circle.
And you're absolutely right. And when you saying that, I think what with me that was different is that I rode bikes. And when you're a bike rider or a skater or a surfer or something, you're always looking for the next thing to ride. You're always excited about something. You want to express yourself. You want to go out and do something. So even though mentally, like, you may be dealing with, like, changing, physically, you're able to express yourself as well. And that kind of, like, goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Without riding, I still would have been, like, probably needed more. But since I had riding, I could go express myself and feel like I'm complete with doing what I'm doing. And that did absolutely helped. So, maybe if you're in a sport or
having something that you're passionate about, I think anything, yeah.
Or that forced solitude. Like, because it's a solo sport, so you're having to spend the time by yourself to do the thing you love. Where not a lot of people have that time alone.
Yeah.
Or refuse to even take time alone.
You're right. You're absolutely right with that. Yeah, because the riding definitely, I never really thought of that. But, the riding without being a bike rider and, because I've never done drugs. No one believes that. I've never done any drugs. No, I will say openly, I'm already crazy. I've smoked weed a couple times.
You are the drug.
Yeah. Well, I used to ride for Travis Barker, and I remember one time, Nate Dogg. No, not Nate Dogg. When I met
dogs.
you last night, baby. Who is that?
Yeah, that's Nate Dogg.
Oh, it is Nate Dogg. Yeah,
Opened up your gap.
He's like, yo, bro, take a hit. And I'm like,
you're not going to say no to Nate Dogg.
I'm like, I don't smoke weed. And he goes, come on. I'm like, fuck. All right, you're not going to like me. He's like, why? I go, because I'm going to be like ridiculously fucking stupid. And he's like, come on, just do it. So I was like, all right. And then, they had the good shit. So I did another hit. All right. And then like a minute later, I'm like, yo, when I met you last night, baby. No, check out. Throw Rick Thorne in there somewhere. When I met you last night, Rick Thorne. And then we get to the point where he's like, can you just leave me the I told you.
You wanted
it. You got it. So
that's hilarious.
But yeah, I've never done drugs. That's why.
And so you never drank either, really, huh?
First time I drank, I was 25.
Whoa.
Yeah. It might have been 25 or 27. No, 25 about. I just never, people in my life and my family, and they, people party. I see people around me partying. I mean, look, I'm not judging anybody. You do what the fuck you want. It's your life. I used to work in a restaurant, like I said, and then everyone would go next door to Minsky's Pizza, and they'd burn all their money on beer, and then they'd go back and make money to go back to here to burn money, and I thought it never made sense. I was on a mission to go save my money to go to these bike contests because I wasn't going to get there if I didn't save the money. So biking really saved my life a lot. So I never really understood the logic and like, you're never going to get ahead. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to get out of Missouri. I was trying to get out of my situation. Not that I like have any angst or against my family or anything. I just knew I was made for the West Coast and wanted to be a bike rider. Yeah, I just wanted more, and I just thought, well, fuck, that's like this thing where you're never going to get ahead. Like, yeah, you guys are having fun. I guess you're doing your thing, but I'm having fun doing this. And no one really understood bike riding back then. They hated us.
Did you have like a group of friends that were that rode too?
Yeah, in high school, everyone hated us because it was the early days of punk rock, hip hop. Hip hop really hadn't hit yet, but it was still, we knew about it. And then skating and biking. And so we were the minorities in school, let's say, because compared to like the stoners and the jocks. And it's funny I say this because we used to fight the stoners and jocks. And now BMX is all stoners and jocks. And I'm like, I used to fight you motherfuckers. And now you're thinking you're one of me?
Yeah. I know. You don't see a lot
of... What the fuck is going on here?
You don't see a lot of young punks anymore, huh? Like,
it's rare.
Waiting at the bus or whatever. Like, you don't... Like how it used to be when we were younger, too.
Yeah, it was everywhere. I don't know. It's like an alternate universe.
When were you born?
87.
This year I graduated.
Yeah.
So what you're talking like the
88.
2000s,
Yeah.
right?
No,
You're talking
89.
89.
Yeah. But yeah, and there was around this area in East LA, there was always backyard shows.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're just not invited to the backyard
I
shows
think,
because
yeah.
we're fucking pushing 40. But I'm like, where are all those kids?
Dude, the
at?
backyard shows are huge now with Dead City Punch.
Yeah, dude, they brought it
Holy
like
shit,
Oh,
like
cool.
a few
Like a-
thousand people.
abandoned like areas and industrial.
Oh,
just
yeah,
got-
they'll do like the LA River and shit.
Yeah.
They just got kicked out of
Rock
Hollywood.
I saw that.
Yeah. I've never been to their show, but yeah, I'm very, very aware of what they're doing. It's still happening.
Yeah, it's
They
just
still
a
have backyard shows.
culture.
It's just I hate to
think
say
we
we
just-
are
yeah.
older.
But it used to be like high school kids throwing these shows because their parents were out of town or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You knew a house that nobody was in, and
It's probably still happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just old.
I just assume everyone's into hip hop and whatever else.
Whatever else is in.
Whatever
I guess.
else.
Well,
It's
I thought the
cool.
way you were thinking, but then my kids went through high school, and I'm like, oh, they're
yeah.
still all doing the same shit.
Oh, you gotta tie to the youngins.
Yeah.
How old
My-
are your kids?
My daughter's 19, my son's 17. But like, yeah, when my daughter went through high school, that was all. That was Oh yeah, they had plenty of those. What you're talking about?
Are they into punk at all, or what are they?
They're into everything.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I raised them to be like. I mean, they. And my daughter likes everything from Sex Pistols to country to rock to whatever, AC/DC. My son's really big into the 80s right now. With
cool.
Flock of Seagulls and
Oh, hell
George
yeah.
Michael and that type of sound. He loves that type of sound. Wake me up before you go. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. I'm like, okay, you're bringing back memories. When I was like, dang, I wish something would come along and squash this shit. Oh, look, there's punk rock. 1988, you said 88, was like such an amazing year for punk rock. That was a good year. Yeah, that was the year fucking Fugazi came out. I'm pretty sure 88. Yeah, what a good year.
Yeah.
The 80s were great for a lot of things, though.
Were you in bands back then, or when did you start playing?
No, I started. I always wanted to be in a band, but I didn't know where to start. Anyone in my family is not musically into any kind of music or sports or entertainment at all, and so everything's just been kind of self-taught. But it wasn't until Christmas Eve of 2007 I started Good Guys in Black. I remember, but that was after doing like 10 years of Warped Tour. And just standing and watching bands and being like one day. But I was riding the wave of the action sports that I worked hard for, and I didn't want to pass that up.
I mean,
You
you,
know, all
you
the
were a
TV
rock star
exposure.
in that world.
And that was and we had a lot of cool things happening. So, I worked really hard, put my body through a lot, and I was like, I don't want to. And at that time, that's how I was making a living. So I'm like, okay, like this dream came true. And then music, once you start playing music, people think like, I had so many people come at me thinking that I was their like way of like, because I was popular in BMX.
Yeah.
Of like, they finally made it. I was like, dude, I ain't making any money playing music. like the money I'm making is from riding, and that's for me, motherfucker. You know what I mean? No, I mean I would pay
Yeah.
for things.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I found my people going through musicians, I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And I got super mad. And that's what catered more towards the anger towards Good Guys in Black. I didn't understand. Like if we're all like, let's all be pro bikers. I'm like, fuck yeah. Where you going? Oh, I'm gonna go ride with this clique over here. Well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I brought a guitarist out on tour. He stayed on tour on Warped Tour to go out with another band. I'm like, bro, that's the kind of shit I was dealing with, and it made
That
me
shit happens a lot on Warped
and it made
Tour.
me mad. It made me mad because it's like, dude, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. I bought this RV for us to go, and I'm not playing a victim at all, but I'm just like, fuck, show some kind of respect.
Yeah, have you no
Yeah.
decorum? That is fucked. So that's not like a big no. People just be
It
doing
is,
that?
but I feel like it's so normal on Warped Tour.
Way more
There's-
normal now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people, maybe the people I was fucking with, they go to school to learn how to play, and they're badass players, and they're amazing, and I fucking respect them, but their mindset's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touring is not for everybody.
Yeah, and they're not
also.
trying to start a brand from the floor up and grind this brand.
Oh, yeah, so
they want to
since-
be hired.
Since
Yeah.
they have no emotional ties, they're like more flighty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anyone could be hired for any band. What it's like working at In-N-Out. You want me to wear this uniform?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll wear this uniform and look and I'll own what you want me to own because I could play it. Doesn't mean that you created it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
choosing
Because
it
it's music.
choosing it as a career path is different from doing it because it's your passion.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not shitting on anyone that does that, but I mean, I see it.
That's just fucked. Like, you could ruin somebody's whole fucking
Yeah.
shit by just leaving in the middle of a tour, right?
Totally.
And then what? You're scrambling to find someone to fill in, and
Yeah. Prior to my
That's crazy.
joining the
That
band that I'm in,
sucks.
like that happened a lot. Like there was
What band are you in right now?
Left Alone.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say that Elvis, right?
Yeah.
I love
He
Elvis.
had. I think he had dealt with some members where it was like middle of the tour. It's like, all right, this isn't working out,
Yeah.
and then find somebody to replace. Either play keys or whatever, and you just make it work. But yeah, it does happen, and it's unfortunate, and it puts people in a position.
so
It does.
then what? You're like your downtime. You're just trying to cram your songs into this new person's head, and
Yeah.
then the first show is a little fucked, and you just go from there
on
Or
Warp,
just gotta rehearse and then.
on the road.
on Warp Tour. I thought I thought I was having appendicitis. The medic's like, you need to go to the hospital right now, and then it's like a whole thing. They made me think I had cancer for a little bit. And I was like
They make
freaking,
you
yeah,
think
they
you had
made
yeah.
him.
Freaking
Not that he's
the fuck
already a
out.
hypochondriac.
freaking the fuck out. And our tour manager was like, they were like, can you play the song? So like he was like, while I was at the hospital, he was back at Warp Tour trying to learn how to play the songs. And
Yeah.
fortunately I made it through and I came back.
No cancer, no
Yeah, I know.
appendicitis.
I
What
know-
was
I
it?
was just eating bad.
It was fucking indigestion.
Look, dude, what have you been eating? Taco Bell? You have cancer, bro.
Dude, no, the catering there, like you get fed 3 times a day and
It's
it's
true. A lot of carbs too on that.
so many carbs.
Are you super healthy? What's your diet like?
Yeah, pretty. I mean, okay, at 56 now, I'm not afraid if I'm gonna eat pizza, but I don't eat any fast food. If I do, it's In and Out. I don't
Yeah.
eat any fried
Yeah.
foods.
I feel like In and Out doesn't count as fast food.
No,
It doesn't.
It's
Always fresh, never frozen.
locally sourced.
Exactly.
What does it say? You can taste the quality.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
I
you
love it.
can.
And you can. But no, just yeah. I try to. I mean, I eat pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I don't. But I also like eat, I like carbs. Carbs are good.
Carbs
but,
are good.
But
I can't get enough of them.
I know. But I mean, it's like I did the whole non-carb thing, and then at my age, if you lose a lot of weight, it's a weird balance because if you lose a lot of weight, you look sick. Mm-hmm. You just do. Like you look like you got or some shit. You know what I mean? You're like, dude, what have you been fucking doing? Where you been hanging
Everyone's
out?
all worried about you.
You've been downtown lying a lot lately, huh? You're like, fuck this. I don't look like I got. But then you don't want to look like you're bloated. So it's like it's a weird balance. I ride every day, so I feel like I could eat what I want. But I learned that it's like when you eat and how much you eat and the amount you eat. And, but the fried foods and the seed oils and all that shit's bad for you. My son's a complete health freak. And so is my daughter. My son especially, he's 6'2", 180 pounds, completely ripped. I mean, completely ripped. He works out every day. He's such a health conscious dude. And no one ever told him to be. It's just, I think kids nowadays have access to that information.
That's what it is. I
know?
always see that, like going to go get a smoothie as an adult. It's like, oh, it's the healthy thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in line with all these kids that are just out of class. And I'm like, man, when we were kids, it was just like the local fast food spot.
Right. Well, and I think like boomer parents, like my parents don't understand nutrition. I feel like their education and something like that is only like calories. So like these crash diets, we're so in. So like, but the kids now were programmed a little different, or at least hopefully. And
Yeah.
because for me to eat healthy, I have to like really put my all into it because
It's got to
Well,
be
fucking
like
McDonald's.
the thing you're most focused on.
Yeah.
Just stay with it.
it takes up so much mental space, and I'm trying to change that.
Yeah, it
Figuring
does.
out
It's
how
like,
to
one
find
more
dopamine.
fucking thing I got to do. Just give me a Big Mac, for God's sake.
Yeah, yeah, you just can't live off convenience.
Sounds
Well, not
great.
if you want to be healthy.
Well, when we grew up, there was no nutritional information on anything. There was none of that. That came out later. That came out.
There was the food pyramid. Remember that?
Yeah. No, but there was nothing on that. It would just have the ingredients. There was no like calorie breakdown or anything
Right.
Yeah.
on products when we grew up as kids. I have a funny story. When I was younger, we were trying to get out of an apartment because it was me, my sister, my stepbrother, my stepsister, my stepdad, and my mom lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. And me and my stepbrother lived in the living room. And we were trying to find enough money to rent a house. So we would dig in the trash and find shit and have a garage sale. And I remember one time I was digging in the trash, walking home from school in 5th grade, and I found, this is about food, by the way.
Okay.
I found a bag of these stamps. They were sheets, and this local like a S&H thing, but it wasn't S&H. It was just like a local grocery store. If you bought this much in groceries, you got this many stamps, you fill out the whole page, you could get like tuna fish for a penny.
Oh, okay.
And I found a whole bag of these stamps just ripped in half. And I was like, money! So I took it home. My mom was like, "What?" She came home. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" At this point, I had a stack already re-stickered. What I did is I got a water, boiled it with steam, steamed them off, and put it on the stack of new ones. And I go, "Mom, I have a whole stack of these fucking things. You know how much money we're gonna save?" And that Christmas, my grandfather and grandmother got like tuna fish and toilet paper because all of it was a penny if you fucking had.
Oh, you're doing. How do you feel about tuna?
Yeah, no, and then we go with the stack and be like, 20 cans tuna fish. And I have a whole stack of these things.
And your grandma's like, I'm returning these for full price.
Yeah. She's like, wait a second, where'd you get these, Ricky? Take them back to the Safeway, motherfucker.
That's funny.
That's a good one.
That's incredible.
That's a good throwback, yeah. Yeah, but I remember the food never, like the milk, everything. There was no fucking, this is how many calories per serving, none of that. None of that shit was on there. Nothing.
How did you even think to do that as a kid, to steam off the stamps? That's crazy.
Just raised collecting
Just
cans.
ghetto.
And yeah, ghetto, and like just raised like just
Hustler.
kind of hustling. Like what my mom used to do is, my biological father, he used to have the saying, he used to work with this company called Mobateria, which is basically like a roach coach, the OG ones.
Okay.
Not like the new like kitchen ones that roll around. It was like basically a truck, the sides flipped up, and shit was on ice, and it was rolled.
Oh, yeah.
You know, old school one. And the sides would be one side would pop up. And my mom and my dad, my biological father, they would make cheeseburgers and sell them on the side. They'd be like, yeah, you can have this shit here. Well, we got some homemade cheeseburgers. So they were making money on the side, just doing their own thing. And I learned side hustle as a kid. My mom would do that with a bunch of shit. My mom would go to garage sales and find like a bunch of fucking crazy like stuffed animals and shit. And then go to the dollar store and buy candy and make Easter baskets and sell them at her work for like $80.
She's a hustler.
Yeah,
She's a straight hustler. So I learned how to do that with like everything that I'm doing, especially with like more with my abilities, you know? And so as
your talent.
yeah. So as a kid, I was like, oh shit. Okay. Like, so we were always in the hustle mode. We just were not like we were trying to scheme anybody. I guess you could say it kind of, but not really like.
Not really. You're providing
store.
something.
Yeah, but not like trying to hang out with someone and scheme on somebody or rob somebody. It was nothing like that. It was just more like, how can we get money? Like, we would go on the weekend and go collect cans and walk up and down the fucking freeway and streets and shit. We would do that kind of shit, more like trying to be creative with things rather than like trying to rob people or take something from somebody. And my mom did it with all kinds of shit. She did all kinds. She used to make these things. She called them roach clips, and she would take these little clips. This was a big deal in the 80s. It's crazy, bro. We went through all these phases where people used to wear bandanas on their legs and shit. And they used to do like custom. My mom used to fold the bandanas and do the glitter around them and sell them. And people will wear them on their legs and shit. It was crazy. So she did this one thing where it was these roach clips, and it was like a piece of leather with some beads with the feather, and people would put them like in their hair and their hats and shit.
I used to make those too, actually.
And we would call them roach clips because that's roach. You know, even though I never smoked weed.
It's funny because the reason I started making them is because my dad, who's probably the same age as your mom, he told me about that like I put like leather straps.
Yeah, you know what's up. Yeah.
And
she would take that shit to work and sell it, and then she started to make headbands, like sweatbands with the roach clips and sell it. She would just I'm like, you just start your own fucking company, you know what I mean? But she's still the same way.
Hustle mentality.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of was raised up.
Creative.
And with my grandma, reggae.
What can we return?
Dude, that was a trip, man.
She taught you recycling.
She taught me to take her fucking food stamps and go buy her cigarettes and Coca-Cola. And back then, they would sell that to little kids.
I might have picked up a couple packs of smokes.
There you go.
For my parents.
And Coca-Cola used to be in a glass bottle.
Oh,
a 2-liter glass bottle. And you could recycle it afterwards. It wasn't plastic. And so she would be like, take this down to Quick Trip, my food stamps, and get me some Salem's and some Coca-Cola. And then I would bring her, and back then, they would sell the shit to me as a little kid, give me the cash difference from the food stamps. And then I'd give her the money, and then she would go to play bingo. And that's when bingo was underground. No, this is a trip. I don't even know why I'm telling you this, but it's funny.
Underground bingo?
Listen, gambling.
I love me some bingo.
Gambling, it's fun. Gambling today is out of control. When I was a kid, you had to go to Atlantic City or Vegas. My biological father got arrested for selling like football, like they call it football cards, but betting on football out of the Mobileteria thing. Got arrested for that shit. Nowadays, you could bet on like, on this podcast, will Rick grab the GoPro 3 times or 4 times?
That's so crazy, like the Polymarket call sheet thing.
It's just a fucking joke. And so it's really, really, really bad. But when we were growing up, I asked my mom, how did you guys get into bingo and shit? She goes, oh, well, we would have to go over to the Kansas side and we would go to this like underground place and play bingo. It was hidden.
Damn.
Like, follow me around here.
Speakeasy.
Go around here. Grab
bingo speakeasy.
Yeah. You need a bingo dauber? Yeah. And then I walk in this room with all these old people smoking cigarettes, eating a grilled cheese. Like, where am I? This is awesome. Yeah. It was a trip.
Oh, dude, I want to know what they were. I want to know what the take home was on those underground games. I bet the pot was fucking huge.
Talk about life experience, dude. That's cool.
Yeah. But that's before, like, nowadays everything's a lot different now.
Yeah,
gambling could be your app, like,
it's all commercialized.
So that's kind of the way I was raised. Is just kind of like not really definitely not trying to hurt anybody or steal or rob somebody or none of that kind of shit. It was just like, got to figure out a way to survive.
Yeah, my dad tried to instill that in me. Like, he did all kinds of shit. Like, if somebody needed help in their house, putting a roof or literally anything, he would go and work on houses. And he taught me how to rescreen a window.
Hell yeah.
And that was my job anytime he needed to have some, like a house rescreened. It was like, all right, well, you're going to rescreen these windows. So I learned how to do that. And he was like, from now on, anytime anybody needs their windows rescreened, you charge them money. Like, I was like, okay.
Exactly. Well, it paid off because, look, you're DIY doing your podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It transfers into other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
What made you decide to leave Kansas City? Was it just wanderlust? You just always wanted to see what else was out there?
Yeah, I got married the first time, and we were married for a year, and we had no kids, and it was just, I mean, I was going to be real with you. We weren't made for each other. I think I got married because at the time, other top pros that were friends of mine, Dennis McCoy, Matt Hoffman, Steve Swope, they were all married. And Matt Hoffman and Dennis McCoy were like the cream of the crop of BMX back then. I grew up with Dennis, luckily, in the same neighborhood. He became the #1 pro in '85. He was maybe 17 or 18. I was 15. And then he met Matt Hoffman, and I got in that circle because of just being where I was raised. I rode bikes. I was good, but not near what they were, right? So I got married because they were, and I was 25. And I'd show up, and everyone was married, and I just felt like I needed. I got married for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Because back then,
things to do.
Yeah, I mean, and even to this day, I mean, even if you find someone at 18 and you fall in love and you're compatible, God bless you, good for you. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that it still probably does exist, but in my case, it didn't. And so then I'm like 25, going, I mean, I probably had a bit of my own intimacy issues too because of the way I was raised, and I was like, and then I just got married. Off of impulse of like more of kind of like a physical attraction than really the person.
Yeah.
And then when we got divorced at the time, I had done like a little couple things for ESPN. Like in '95, they followed me and it was a big deal to me. I'm like, I'm on TV, this is crazy. And then '96, I did a little thing for ESPN, nothing big. And that's when MTV in '97 said, hey, we're doing this thing called MTV Sports and Music Festival. We want you to host it with Kennedy, which you see her now on Fox Nation and all that.
Yeah.
And she used to be an MTV DJ or VJ. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And at the time I was getting divorced and there was something in the air about action sports. I just went to Australia with Tony Hawk for the second year that year in '97 for Big Day Out Tour. So what I'm getting at to answer your question long form is there was like a lot of things happening in the air and you could feel it. Green Day was out, Offspring was out.
Yeah.
There's some of this punk movement's back. I mean, we saw it as a kid, the Clash and the Sex Pistols, or the Clash and the Ramones really were on TV, on MTV, and then it kind of went away. Mm-hmm. And so then like, oh, this thing's back. And we were already heavily involved with all of that for years in punk rock. And we're like, and so we just kind of felt like we were the next in line.
It was your time.
It's a perfect chemistry.
Yeah. And then we broke up, and then I was like, and MTV's like, hey, we want you to host this thing. And, yeah, I was still kind of like a bit of a baby about it. Even though I knew it wasn't right, I don't like giving up.
Yeah, oh, okay.
And I had to learn to like let shit go if it ain't working. Like I said earlier, I had to learn that because I was all like, no, bro. And then in my head, I'm like, so I packed up my little Honda Civic and just drove out. That's when I had a beeper still and shit. It was funny. And I drove out to California, and I was already connected because I knew people in BMX. But BMX wasn't huge by any means. But we all knew each other in different pockets.
The community was there.
Yeah. So just to answer your question, like it kind of aligned itself, and I was like, it's either going to be then or not. And I was like, am I going to stay in Missouri, or am I going to? I got offered this MTV thing. Xgames is going. I feel like something's going. I feel like I could actually be sponsored full throttle. Airwalk was paying me at the time, but I feel like if I moved to California, I could just quit work completely and just focus on riding. So I just told myself, go for it, and I just drove out and did it.
So it was just time to jump or strike while the iron was hot.
Yeah, but I was
just
older.
Just going to say that.
Yeah, but I was older. You know, if I would have left like 18 or 19, it probably wouldn't have happened for me. I just kind of like, it just...
Divine timing.
Well, I think in life you have to make that decision. Is like when something's happening, it's don't be afraid. You're gonna do it or you're not.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do it though. I remember I was telling my mom I was crying and shit. I love her still. But I didn't love her. I thought I loved her. I was infatuated with what my friends had maybe because they were in love and I wondered what they had maybe. And then I was like, and my mom's like, dude, don't fucking pass this up. I was like, yeah, you're right. And then
You're right, I hate her.
Yeah. And then a good friend of mine told me, with no disrespect, but he's like, over time, it only hurts for a little bit. And he was right.
Wow, that's beautiful.
All wounds heal.
It does. It only hurts for a little bit. And then you know, I mean, out of all the, and she's listening, she's probably going to be like, oh, I know I still got you wrapped around my finger, you little fuck. But out of all the wives, my third wife, I still love her. Not like we will ever be together, but like there's just, it's weird. Someone you just click with, you just don't. But she didn't click back with me. Does that make sense?
So wild.
Yeah. It's loving in a different way, like in a mature way, I think.
When we met, it was different, okay? I was like, hey, I'll save you. And she was partying. And then when she sobered up, she realized she didn't like me. You feel where I'm going with it?
Yeah.
And then I was like, So I think part of me is always like the letting go thing. I wish I would have been. And then I had to say, no, it's not going to be. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there's no bitterness with anybody, with anybody I was ever with. I just think that like it's weird how you could actually really kind of love somebody still, even if they don't love you back as much.
And that's, I feel like, true love.
That is, yeah.
That is so
I know,
sweet.
but it's sad because I'm like, you went on and had another kid with this other guy and got married and shit. But I'm not over here like, don't take that like I'm over here thinking she's ever going to come back. No,
right.
but I would say I love her enough to where I want her to be happy. And if she's happy.
Yeah, that's real love.
Yeah.
And that's why we're friends.
Yeah, and without all the growth, you could have easily turned bitter and been like...
And resentful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did that with the other ones.
Has,
yeah. But then I let that shit go too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my story. That's why I moved out. To have 3 wives.
One thing we're always telling our clients before a tattoo is to hydrate, please. Getting a tattooed is already stressful on your body, and being dehydrated just makes it harder.
Or worser. Hydrated skin is smoother and way easier to work with. Dry skin often gets irritated before the tattoo is even finished. And if you've ever been in the middle of a tattoo session and started feeling nauseous, dizzy, faint, or just feel your soul leaving your body, it's probably because you're dehydrated and you're low on electrolytes.
And healing matters too. Your body is literally trying to repair a wound. So hydration helps a ton with recovery.
And it's not just a matter of drinking water. People forget that electrolytes matter too. You can drink a gallon a day, and if your electrolytes, sodium, vitamins, or minerals are low, it's really not going to do a thing for you.
And that's why we've been loving Shark Bite Hydration.
And now if I can just talk really quick to artists specifically. I said artists.
Oh, man.
It's honestly such a good pick-me-up before a long tattoo session, longer days or long nights at a tattoo convention, or just a regular pick-me-up for your day-to-day life. Because Lord knows we don't be taking care of ourselves.
No way, Jose.
So, Bud, tell them where they can get some Shark Bite.
Head over to sharkbitehydration.com and enter code Tattoo Budcast at checkout for 20% off your order. 20%.
What will you do with all the money you're saving?
I'm probably going to get a half a gallon of gas.
If you're sick of being a dirty little raisin with faded tattoos and cracky skin, do yourself a favor, do this pod a favor, do my bud a favor, and head over to Sharkbite. They'll get you right.
That's good. I like that. It's now time to wind down. We have reached the part of the episode where we do our tattoo cover-up story. The cover-up segment is where we ask our guests, listeners, and ourselves to share a story that is either crazy, miraculous, embarrassing, shameful, spooky, naughty,
regrettable, something you would hear in a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
So, without further ado...
What do you got for us, Rick?
Well, tattoo cover-up. I'm getting actually a couple tattoos removed.
Oh, check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta get some more removed,
ex-wives. They are. Yeah, here, and I got.
Speaking of which,
Okay, I'll tell you the story. But I can tell you this: the ring finger I got, and then I couldn't get a word because I got her name. So then I just got other.
Me too.
Oh, then you just kind of fill it with other bullshit, and you're like, So then I'm like, not bullshit, but you're like, So now I'm like taking it all off, and I'm gonna get dude there. So it says ride, dude, or dude life, dude life,
yeah.
dude life, dude life.
Yeah, I gotta get some shit removed.
Yeah.
Too.
So anyhow, a story. Okay, since we've talked about a lot of things, I guess we talked about relationships and stuff in this already.
Mental
A lot of cool stuff. We didn't talk about any painful stories.
How I'm sure you've got a ton
talk
with
some
your
pain.
job.
Yeah, I could tell like 3 or 4 different injury stories into one.
Let's hear them.
When I was on the subject of a relationship, I was married. I was living in St. Louis at the time. Got in a fight, went out road, and I said, I'm going to do this big gap. Stupid gap, right? Jump up on this wall, and then you ride along the wall, and then you jump across the alley onto a loading dock. I can do it. No, you can't do it. I can do it. I went to do this. I got jumped up on the wall, and with bike riding, you have to lift the front wheel in order to tuck the back. And I didn't lift the front wheel in time, and it just dropped.
Oh, shit.
And I fell face first into a loading dock. I hit the corner of a loading dock right here.
Oh my god.
And my head was like, it's like my legs were up. It's like I went, bam. And I came to my feet, and I saw this like bright light, like almost as bright as that light over there. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? And so my teeth are fake.
What?
Oh my
Yeah.
This is a podcast first.
Yeah. So I popped out my teeth, and I was like, what the fuck? And I could put my finger in my mouth. And,
Dude, shut the
my
fuck up.
gosh.
I'm like, I think I'm fucked. And I leaned forward, and the second I leaned forward, all this fluid came into my mouth. And I spit it out. It tasted like death. It was real salty.
What?
And I was like, the fuck's going on? So I said, I need to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, and they said, listen, we can't do anything for you right now.
But you had to ride back home?
Well, my friends gave me a ride home. We had drove.
Oh, okay.
But I had to ride back to the car.
Oh.
So, because usually if you go ride downtown, because we don't live in downtown, you'd have to drive, park, and then everyone get out and meet, and then we go ride around town.
Jesus Christ.
And so I went home for 3 days, and then my face swelled up like so big that you could only see like a fucking this much of my chin. Like everything just got real big.
Oh my god.
So here's what happened. When I hit the corner of a loading dock right here, I had a hairline crack and a break.
Oh,
so my
fuck.
eye socket broke here, but I had a hairline crack along and broke. And what happens is when you break here, what I learned is the second break is the palate, the third break is the jaw. I'd already broke my jaw before. I had my mouth wired shut years before because I slammed on my face and broke my jaw. But it didn't break my jaw. It went crack, break, and broke my palate. So what they needed to do was lift my face up and put screws and plates. So what they did is they lifted my face. I got screws and plates right here to align the palate.
Good.
I have a screw right here and a plate. I had a hairline crack, double vision. During the surgery, since the fluid was leaking from my brain, they took fat from my stomach and they cut my head ear to ear, and I have a long scar at the top of my head.
Oh, yeah.
And they pulled my skin down. They put fat from my stomach to clog the leak. And I had a tracheotomy.
Oh my God.
Here's the crazy thing, is I woke up.
There's another crazy thing.
Yeah, as they told me before I had surgery, because I went home for 3 days. They said, look, and at this point there was a lot of bruising and my face got real big, and this is before surgery. I have some photos of this.
I need the photos.
It's pretty wild. they said you might lose all sense of taste and smell. So I'm like, okay. So I remember specifically, I couldn't barely eat because I couldn't bite down. You bite down, your whole rack is moving up and down.
That's fucking
So
wild.
I'm like, just kind of like sipping on some soup or some shit. And then I lost all sense of taste and smell. I remember the moment. And I just started crying because I love the way food smells and tastes and shit. It was,
that would break my
That's
heart.
life.
dude, I was like, I fucking hate my life. And I was in a bad marriage, and I lived in St. Louis, even though I was from Kansas City. And I was like, I fucking hate here. And my face is broke, and I'm losing sense of taste. I got double vision. I'm seeing 2 of that bitch right now. Fuck.
One is enough.
Too many.
Seeing 2 of that. Fuck. Just close your eyes.
Damn.
Double hearing would be wild.
So I had to walk around the block and shit, and I had like, my mouth was wired shut because they wire your mouth
Again.
shut because what they do is the plate has to, it has to align itself. It has to, the bone has to heal. So I would walk around the block, and I had scissors around my neck in case if I threw up, I would have to bite the fucking, or cut the band. So
you
So you don't drown?
yeah, basically. And here's the crazy thing is 2.5 months after that, I went to the X Games and competed.
2.5 months, you said, after that?
Yeah, my head was still big, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm not missing."
Who's
I'm not-
this guy?
I'm not missing. Yeah. Who's the big guy? The big head over all this shit. You won X Games, and now you got a big head.
Looking like mask.
I did.
Your band should have been Real Big Face.
A real big head. No, it was big, and I remember, and I got 7th place. I was stoked. Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Damn.
But I was like, I didn't want to miss it because that was the year. This was 96. So I just did Warped Tour Australia with Tony, and then I came back, and then there's this buzz, and then X Games again, and then that's the first year I got to do Warped Tour, because what had happened was I went to Warped Tour that summer of 96. Or winter of 96 would have been summer in Australia to the Big Day Out Tour, because I did Big Day Out Tour twice with Tony. And the first year was 96, and 97 was the second. And in 96, I met Kevin Lyman, and he was the guy that did Warped Tour, but he was managing Pornos for Pyros out there.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I met him. And I said, hey, man, I see that tour you're doing. I love to do it. He goes, I'll let you do a couple weeks. It's like, no way. So when I fell, it's like, okay, I just did Australia. I just did X Games 1 year. I just did, you know what I mean? Like, all this shit's cracking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now, like, I got Warped Tour lined up. So it made me heal quicker, because I had things to look forward to. You know what I mean?
That's optimism.
And that's not Rick Thorne fucking optimism.
That's PMA.
dude.
Yeah. I was like, well, fuck, I don't want to miss this shit. So you just lay in bed, just get better, and just think about riding.
Your
visualize
mantras.
riding. Yeah.
That's staying rad.
It is.
What that
It's
is.
staying rad. Because what happens is doctors will tell you a long time, not only for your own protection, but for their own protection. They're not going to say you could ride in 3 months, and then you do, and you go, see what you did, doc, and then liable. Doctors say 6 months, that'd be like 3 tops. Dude, I'm cool.
Not trying to negotiate. I'll give you 3.
Yeah.
The best I could do is...
Yeah, 3. I cut it right in half. Dude, I woke up with double knee surgery, ACL like this, and like maybe 2,000 like this, injecting medicine in my legs, and then 3 or 4 months after that, I competed X Games. I'm just wild,
Damn,
very
dude.
resilient.
Resilient as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
We need to step it the fuck up, dude. We're like, we don't feel like painting Flash today.
Well, I mean, you have your moments. I have my moments too, like that. You know, once my kids moved out, I'm like, I don't have to get up early.
I'll sleep until 7.
We've got to get rad so we could stay rad.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think the
That's it,
episode
dude.
should be called Staying Rad.
Staying rad. Getting rad to stay
Getting
rad.
rad.
You got to get rad to stay rad.
Get rad,
Ooh, I
stay
like that.
rad.
That's a good one. Hey, that could be that could be a song.
It's new.
You got to get
Please
rad
take
to
it.
stay rad. Writing this down. You're not getting any fucking royalties.
I love this.
Maybe if I come see the band, just give me a shout out.
Hold on a second. I'm really writing this down.
Yeah, dude.
I
Take it.
got an idea. Well, I mean,
You know, like stay ready to get ready.
Yeah.
You gotta
So
get
you
rad
ain't got to
stay
get ready?
rad. Yeah.
wait. What'd you say again?
You gotta
This is
get
on
rad.
tape. This is on film too, so
you
I
gotta
can't really.
get rad to stay rad.
That's it. Okay, ready? Here we go.
You heard it.
love
You got to
that.
get rad to stay rad.
Yeah, dude.
Real quick side
She's
quest.
getting no royalties.
You write that on there too.
This is a gentleman's agreement.
I promise.
Yeah, look, you got to get rad to stay rad. No royalties.
I give you my blessing.
I'm putting that shit in
I'm
there
not gonna
too.
do nothing
No
with it.
fucking
No
wrong.
royalties. That's a good message.
Yeah, see what I mean? That's the music industry, brother.
It gets like really specific. He's like, "Fuck this stupid bitch." I'm like, wait a second.
No. I hate your boy. I would be like, I don't hate her. She seems cool, but money's money. No, royalties.
Music is art, and art is subjective.
Yeah.
I changed it, bro. She said you got to get rad to stay rad. I'm like, dude, you always got to be rad to stay rad.
You're
So,
like, but I say rad with 2 Ds.
hey, it's like Vanilla Ice. My beat went bum, 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 bum. Okay?
I give you my
Shout out to Vanilla Ice, by the way. I like
Yeah,
him.
man.
Yeah, he's cool. He came out on the Tony Hawk tour.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, years ago. Like, cause when we started getting bigger in action sports, and like I hosted Tony Hawk's arena tour for 3 years called Boom Boom Huck Jam, which was like 15.
I remember
20,000.
that.
Yeah, it was dope. And a lot of celebrities were coming out. Like Billy Joel from Green Day came out. But I had met all these people through Warped Tour. So you asked me before, like, when you start a band, it's because I would be like, Tim from Rancid would be like, this is Rick Thorne's spot to stand every day while they played.
Yeah.
I became friends with everyone. I was like a musician, but not a musician. And so when Vanilla Ice came out to tour, he was cool. I mean, I never had. He treated me with respect. He was a nice guy. We joked and shit. A lot of people came out. Hulk Hogan came out at the time. A bunch of people. What's Billy Joel? Uptown Girl. What's her name?
Yeah.
Christy Brinkley. So, anyways, yeah. But my beat is different than hers.
Well, use this as a verbal contract. I will forego any royalties.
Oh,
I would just love to hear the song.
She said no royalties. I said, oi.
I agree.
Just tag us.
I know, just collab on our posts or quality.
No royalties. Just a tag. Just a tag. Just a tag.
It's like the most specific song.
People get into it.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this about writing music, what I've learned. Shift gears for a second. Less is more.
Less is more. So,
When you overthink shit or get this expectation of this
Yeah.
thing, just fucking be. And like, I'll go in and write that song that I just played for you. I cut vocals twice. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. I cut the vocals twice. That is it. Granted, I'm in shape. Like, it's like working out. You always got to sing. But don't you think that's the case with music?
I think so. Elvis, our singer, that's one of his things that he says. Sometimes there's a little too much sauce on the taco. That's how he
Yeah.
describes it. Like, it doesn't need to be all of these, crazy things, like whatever. Just the song is what it is.
Damn, you could
Let's
apply
just
that to
accept that.
anything for
Anything,
real. Like, because
yeah.
you'll hold yourself back trying to get something perfect when you can just.
Yeah, but you could,
Perfectly
like, art
imperfect.
or drawing even. You could be like,
that's what I was thinking.
yeah, you could tweak it and be, it's like, it's subjective though. Like, that way works and this way. But how long you want to sit on the fucking thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could sit on a song my whole life, but like, it was good when you first did it. It's good now, but like, why'd you wait? Time is now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then scrutiny kind of will like zap that motivation right out of you. And
Yeah.
It's called indecisiveness, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
You just do it and move on to the next. That's kind of the way I treat it.
Yeah. And
You know.
self-consciousness could keep you from really letting
That's
it
like
out.
an improv
Yeah.
thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your
Yeah.
first thought is your best thought. Like run
Yeah.
with it.
So you get that way with art too, like drawing and stuff.
Yeah.
You can, right?
Yeah.
You get that way tattooing too.
Totally.
Yeah.
You got to be like really like, seems like with tattooing, you could like fuck it up if you keep going over it.
Oh,
and that
yeah,
shit.
dude.
And that shit's forever.
And sometimes it happens.
Dude, I
You're like,
tattooed.
shouldn't have done that there.
Oh shit! I tattooed JoJo Ackerman
You did?
Oh wow, one of the
underneath
best, dude.
a bike, and it says "Stay Rad" because he used to ride bikes, and
Oh, sick.
it's pretty cool how we've known of each other. But his daughter works by my house, and then she goes, "You might know my dad." I was like, "Oh shit!" And then we reconnected, and then
Wild.
I go down. Yeah, it was pretty cool. He's such a cool dude, and he's like, "I want you to tattoo me." I had so much anxiety because after I did the wheel, it was totally like an oval,
circle?
and I
The
was like,
hardest
and I
shape.
realized I can't erase that motherfucking thing.
And it's on JoJo of all people.
That's not too bad. Stay Rad looks good, but the bikes.
Yeah. But
do some work.
It's the experience. It
Yeah,
was
but I'm just saying,
yeah.
I can imagine if you're tattooing, you'd be like, nah, a little more. A little more
Yeah.
hair.
Uh-oh.
A little more hair. Oh, now it looks like a hat. All right, let's make it a
Yeah.
hat. Fuck, what kind of hat? Oh, now a cowboy hat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You gotta stop. Little less on the bangs. Little less on the bangs. Little less on the bangs. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. With everything.
Same thing with music. I think people look at music as a very personal connection, but it's also a business. It's also like anything else. It's creative. It's also, but it's music. and it's like meaning that like, you know, it gives people a lot of power, I think, within themselves, what they relate to. But at the end of the day, you're not reinventing the wheel. You know?
Yeah.
You're playing music, you're expressing yourself, and it's great. And if people connect to it, that's even more amazing.
Yeah.
But it's like we put it on such a high, like don't you think music's put on such a high podium on the totem pole? Like as an athlete, what I faced is trying to be in a band for years. Oh, now you're in a band. First you're a bike rider and you're a TV host. Now you're in a band.
A lot of eye rolls and...
Yeah. Now, follow me. You're in the band Blink-182. Oh, my God. You're going to skateboard? He's going to skateboard. Oh, my God. He's going to skateboard. Yeah. Then flip it. Yeah. You're in a band? Oh, now you're in a band. People put music up here.
That is true.
I think it goes
never
music,
thought of it that way.
Acting.
Oh, my God.
Sports.
That is so true, because when you hear a musician is getting into acting, it's different than you hear an actor is starting to do music. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
That's
Kevin
so
Bacon.
true.
He's been doing that shit forever.
Yeah, the Bacon Brothers.
Yeah. They're still frying. Yo, turkey bacon. Yo, my name's Ricky Turkey Bacon.
Still frying.
Nothing against Kevin Bacon. I like him. I don't even listen to his music. But my point is that, but then you look at like Ice Cube. Oh, you're going to be in movies. Oh my God, he's in movies.
Yeah.
Well, he's playing
it was the biggest
he got
thing.
into movies playing what his music was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's
But
excitement
he also proved
about
himself. He also proved himself as a writer. I respect Ice Cube. He's done a lot of great things.
Course.
But I'm just trying to say music is like...
we know you're watching.
Yeah, what up, Ice Cube? I met him one time at Petco, and he had a dog, and they were trying
His
to...
dog.
No, they were...
His homie?
Well, no, yeah, his homies. No, I think it was him, and I don't know. I guess it might have been his wife. I don't know. And they had a dog, and they were in front of us, and I said hi to him, and it was kind of weird, you know. I was like, that's fucking Ice Cube. And then, but I usually say shoot a photo, but that's before we were shooting photos a lot, I guess. And then I was like, and they're teaching him how to put a harness on the dog. And I was like,
Dude, you got to be there when Ice Cube was learning to put a harness on a dog.
but the dog was a poodle.
What?
So it made me kind of go, maybe a pit bull or something?
Yeah, a pit bull,
Or like
a
a management Doberman or something?
Yeah.
You know? A poodle?
This is it sounds like it's his family movie era.
NWP
Yeah.
with poodles.
Yeah, that's the family movie era for sure.
No, shout out Ice Cube. You know, I hear you. Dog's a dog. You gotta love your dog, but you know.
Even when it's a poodle.
Yeah, even if it's a poodle.
All right. Well,
But yeah. So I guess we're done. I could talk all day, but yeah, music's first, and then you got acting, and then you got sports.
yeah, that's so true.
And you're doing all of them.
And then you do like a different kind of sport too. So then that probably led to even more scrutiny, because there's the fucking everybody wants to be a football player.
Well, even in action sports, there's a totem pole.
Damn.
Is
It's
it
like
skating?
skateboarding, surfing, motocross, inline skating, scootering, hacky sack,
Scooting.
frisbee, bungee jumping, and then bike riding falls right down there somewhere. BMX is right there at the bottom there.
Tied with Heelys?
Yeah.
Hey, you could get some sick hair on the
freestyle
Heelys.
walking too. That's kind of a trio. No, but it is like that, you know, because even in the skate culture, skating always went with punk rock. Skating's always been more they have a canvas to paint on.
Mm-hmm.
They could do. It's always evolution. It's always changing. It's always growing. They have BMX's tubes. It's hard to like do artwork. And
So there's expression.
and the expression was just different. And we were a spawn of racing, and they were always more just kind of. Skateboarders seemed to be more artistic and more expressionable, and they started bands and stuff. And I was kind of like one of the first BMXers to really step out of that and start a band. So yeah, being a top Xgames athlete was like, oh, now you're starting a band, was kind of shocking to people. And I didn't know how to sing. And I was mad. So it was kind of like, you know what I mean?
But now you're rad.
Now I'm rad. Yeah.
Don't stay mad.
Don't
Get
stay
rad.
sad.
Rad.
Listen, I've stayed sad and I've stayed mad. But I'm definitely staying rad.
I think this one's going to stick.
No, this is it. I've been sad and I've been mad, but I'm staying rad. Because you gotta get rad.
Because you gotta get rad.
Stay rad.
I'm still not giving you royalties.
And then on the cymbals, no royalties. No
Yeah,
royalties.
Snake gets no royalties.
some blast beats.
Anyways,
right.
I had fun, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, this was
thanks
awesome,
for
man.
doing this.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to plug? Where can everyone find you?
You got a release
Follow?
coming, right?
Well, I do. We re-released Stay Rad. We did a 4-song EP already called Nothing Stays the Same. And then we just recorded a couple other songs that I'm going to release. Heavyweight, this was my first ballad, which was about me getting hit by a car. I recently got hit by a car.
Damn it.
No,
We're gonna have to have you on again.
No, dude, it was crazy. Yeah, it was. But yeah, I got hit by a car, and then I recorded a ballad, so we're releasing that and the Born Punk. But like, yeah, just follow me at Rick Thorne, and then same with everything's that.
Okay.
YouTube, Facebook, everything's that. So, but I'm mostly on Instagram, and then on my website. But yeah, hopefully you see some gigs. Play some gigs. Gigs.
Let's
bro.
do it, man.
Talk to Elvis. Yeah, cool.
Check him
man.
out on everything, guys, and follow him for a daily pick-me-up.
Yeah, some motivation at the
PMA.
very least.
Yeah. Hey, you got to get rad, stay rad, bruh.
Amen.
New album coming 2027.
Right now, I'm in the middle of Johnny. I'll be over there. I'm coming over right now.
That's a good autobiography, too.
Oh, shit.
Your movie
No
is...
royalties on books or movie neither.
Your life is like a movie.
Yeah,
Your
that's
family sounds
insane,
wild.
Thank you, Grandma. I was talking
Yeah.
about my grandma.
All right, bud, give him the sign-off.
All right, at the end of every episode, we have our guests look at the camera and say, thanks for watching the Tattoo Budcast. We'll see you at your next session.
Yo, what up? It's Rick Thorne, the biker in black. Thanks for watching the Tattoo Bud podcast. Stay rad.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Thanks,
That
brother.
was
Yeah,
Great.
dude. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming by.
Fuck
That was
yeah.
that was so
Let's
smooth.
shoot a photo.
Yeah.
But can I do it on your guys' camera because my camera's far?
Yeah, like on our like a
I was gonna do
phone
it with
thing.
my GoPro, but it'd be better on your like a selfie
Yeah, I know.
with your backdrop and stuff.
All right. Yeah,
Is that
I'm
cool?
gonna run to go pee really quick.
Okay.
And then we'll do it.